There are two types of zones that I dislike. The first is the friend zone. Fortunately, I have solved that problem. And the second is the comfort zone. We've all been there. We come back home after a long day of work, and what do? We jump on the couch, snuggle up in a nice warm blanket, get some sushi online, and watch Netflix. Now, don't get me wrong, there's no problem feeling safe and in control. But do not expect that this is the zone where you will start learning. The other day, I stumbled across this beautiful graph that explains it perfectly. Now, the first thing to understand is that as human beings, we are hardwired to fear the unusual. These are flight or fight responses, and they influence our perceptions. Take the year 1800, for example. When the steam train made its debut, people refused to ride it. Why? Because they were worried that the speed of the train would make passengers unable to breathe. Even the bicycle, which is something you see now and then here in the Netherlands, was a technology believed to ruin society in the early years.
It looks like a period picture scene that's found its way into our film by mistake.
Of course, what we once mistrusted are now standard technologies. So how do we make ourselves more attuned to what we perceive as threats? I believe that we generally show more trust if we know how things work. Once you embrace new ideas, you feel more comfortable around it. Now see what happens there. Embracing the new ideas means that you have to step out of the comfort zone to learn, and therefore you become comfortable with that. So what you're actually doing is you're not leaving your comfort zone behind, you're expanding it. Now, of course, this sounds counterintuitive. It is as contradicting as the fact that our brain, which is the thing that makes us feel uncomfortable, is the same thing we need to work past that fear and mistrust. What I'm trying to say is that we tend to trust the things that we can relate to and identify with. Now, here are 3 tips that you can start working on in order to move past your comfort zone. First of all, join an incubator program. These programs are there to help you with structured guidance, resources, and a community of peers and mentors. I myself joined the Novelty Start program, and I've never looked back since. Second of all, cultivate a growth mindset. Always think how you can learn from an experience and how to improve yourself. And finally, practice reflection. Unfortunately, we live in a world where overworking has been glorified. This can lead to depression, stress, anxiety. So for me, reflecting on what I've learned every single day and sharing that with others have been one of the best ways to keep on motivating myself. Very curious to know what you have done to get out of your comfort zone. And as always, thank you for listening.